Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Angie from GELNJAVA, and I am here today to help with the hair snagging problem that comes along with some of these semi-cured gel strips that we like to use. So every now and again I get, I used to get it a lot more often, but underneath this edge of the nail, a couple of days after or a week after my manicure, I'll get pieces of my hair that'll snag inside, and it drives me crazy. So I know this has been a common problem for other people as well. So I have been trying to figure out how we can solve it. And I think I have 3 tips that will totally make a difference. So I want to share them with you. I've just noticed that with my own manicures, it has been super helpful to use these tips. So I want to get started. So today I'm using Dashing Diva's Saffron Flower. This is an older brand, or an older set, not an older brand. So I'm not sure if it's still available on their website, but I'll link to their website along with my Amazon shop. I'll check and see if I can find it on Amazon. Sometimes the older sets you can find on, they'll throw on Amazon, on Dashing Diva's page. I know there's a lot of different semi-cured gel strips on Amazon. I don't suggest all of them. I've done a bunch of reviews. If you want to look back at my page, there's a bunch of different brand reviews, because I know some of them are more cost efficient. So I was trying to figure out which ones work best, but I do keep falling back on Ohora and Dashing Diva usually. I do like polished pops as well. So they have their own website. They're not on Amazon. But anyway, so what I'm doing, one of the things that's most important is, so you're gonna take this wipe here and make sure you're going around these edges. So the most important part of using these alcohol wipes is these edges of your nails here. So I am going around the very bottom edge and then the sides of each one, and making sure to use my nail from my other finger to push down. So I'm really getting all of those oils out. That gives the best chance for the strips to adhere, and definitely helps with the hair snagging issue. So that is tip number 1. So I'm gonna get started putting these on now. I like this little fall color here. So right now this still has the plastic film over it. So I'm using my finger to flatten this down as much as possible. And then I'm gonna take this off here. So there's this plastic piece that comes with it. And you can take that off, and then what I like to do after is use this. It's just a rubber tipped cuticle pusher. I have it in my Amazon shop. I think they're like $4 for 3 of them. But they're a good deal, and they work really well. So see how the edges of this are kind of bubbling up right there? So all you have to do is take this rubber tipped cuticle pusher and pull it up, and it straightens the line right out. So this is my tip number 2. Using this around the bottom edge and the sides totally make a huge difference when whether your hair is going to snag under there or you're going to get any lifting. This has been like a total game changer for me. So definitely cost efficient and totally worth it. So I definitely recommend that. So I'm going to do that on each one of these nails here. You want to make sure your cuticles are pushed all the way back. So if they're not, like, see, I just had a little piece there. If they're not, take this cuticle pusher before you do the strips and go around the edges and push them back, because you don't want your strip to adhere to your skin at all. You're trying your best to, okay, so we're gonna have to turn this around. It didn't fit. So another good thing about these semi-cured gel strips is when they're not cured yet, you can definitely pick them up, change them around. I definitely don't recommend doing too much touching of this side of the strip, but as long as you're just touching the top here, you can change it up. So if it's not a good fit, switch it up. You got all these strips, it's worth it than to have a bad nail. So same thing with this one. I am pushing down all these sides really well, especially this rim right here, because that's usually the biggest problem as far as the hair part goes. I flip some of these, so like this one is a flip for me. So this edge is too square for the round part of my cuticle, so I flip it over, and I'm able to get a better fit that way. Another reason I use this cuticle pusher is when I'm using my fingers, I'm just basically putting the oils from this hand onto the nail strip, and we just cleared all those oils off with the gel pads, so we don't want to, we definitely don't want to just go ahead and put them right back on there in a different way. So, always make sure you pull this little piece of plastic off. Sometimes I'm like, why is it not sticking down? And then I'm like, oh yeah. So this was a good example. I just kind of like started pushing on it because I was talking to you. And you kind of, so there's like this like push up and then push around, kind of almost like when you use nail polish, like you put it in the middle and then you go to each side. I think it matters when you do it that way. It seems to have like a more seamless finish when it's kind of like you're painting this on, basically. All right, last finger here. And then I will show you two more things. So I said 3, but I guess maybe I mean 4. There's an extra one at the end. But so, okay, so you saw me do all of that. Now I'm just gonna go around and trim off this extra real quick so we're not dealing with a whole mess here. So I'm using nail clippers at first to get like the big chunks off, and then I'm gonna go around with some cuticle clippers and get these edges that are pointing at the top there and round that so that when it's time to file, I am ready to go. And it's just like a quick little shape. I think this helps them dry better too when they have a closer cut. All right, I did that one almost too short. I did. So that's why I flip them over, is because it's really easy to mess up the cut and when you're going from the front, because you don't know if it's so when you're going from the front, you can't see if you're cutting your natural nail from the back. so I flip them over, but every now and again I will, what I just did, which was cut, oops, too much. See, I'm going too fast. If I cut too much from the back, it'll show the nail from the front, and I don't want that. So that was my reasoning for redoing this one. I got too close when I cut here. All right, so these cuticle cutters give you more precision than you're gonna get with clunky nail cutters. But I just want to show you real quick that it really makes a huge difference. So in your manicure, so I just kind of like go around and get the edges basically around in these corners. That's the most important parts. So I want to make sure, see, that one wasn't even stuck down. So when I'm trimming here, I don't want to get my nail. I just want to get around this strip to make sure that there's no extra edges touching my skin, and the nails have a good shape. No pointy edges anyway. If you leave the points on when you put your nails in this under the light, what happens is, this is a good example. So if I put this under the light like this, it would do this. It pops off and there's like this ledge here. Oh, there you go. So it'll cure like in this upward direction, and that's definitely not what we're looking for. So you want to make sure it's definitely pushed down on your nail at that top edge as well as the bottom one. This is the one I messed up last time, so let's try not to do it again. All right. So you always want to make sure, before you bring out any kind of UV light, you want to make sure you're putting away your extra strips into your box here, so that the UV light doesn't cure them in. Sorry. The UV light doesn't cure them up and make it so that you can't use them. So my next two things I want to share with you, one of them is this squishy light. So I totally think this product can be improved, but it also is super helpful. So what this is for is, this is a UV light, but it also has this piece of silicone on it. So you can push down on the nail while you're curing it. And this is totally helpful. So you can either do this for each nail and go around. These do cure a little faster than the under the light. I notice my nails cure faster. So even though you're going one by one, it is a quicker process. So that's one way to go about it. The other way to go about it that I almost like better is than that squishy light is when I am under the UV light here. So this is my lamp. I am using this cuticle pusher to push around this bottom edge. And I mean, I push around all the edges, but most importantly, this bottom edge, so that you're not getting any hair snagging under there. And that has like the best seal it can possibly have. So as it's hardening on there, I'm pushing down, so that it has no chance of lifting on me. And as it cures, it will be in the perfect shape to help the perfect shape of your nail. So I do that for each one of these, and then I know it's hard to see, so while I'm under the light, I'm doing that as well. But I will keep that under there. And the next, so those are my little tips for helping to solve that hair snagging problem that comes up a few days into our manicures or a weekend. So the last step is just to file the your nails to the shape that you want them in. I kind of just do this oval top usually. This one broke on me, but so I just go around and shape them up. So I hope that those tips are helpful for you, and I hope that you're not dealing with the hair snagging problem, because I totally love these gel strips, and I think they're totally worth it if you do it. If you can apply them the right way, you won't have those problems, and you get a nice at-home manicure for sure. So anyway, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, if you found my tips helpful, I appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. I will also post in the description, I'll post the links to my Amazon shop, and there you can find all the good stuff, all my little accessories that I use, as well as some nail strips. So yeah, check that stuff out. I'll save you the time of doing this hand, and I'll post some shorts and time lapse soon. I hope you're all having a good day, and I'll be back soon.